y equals negative x minus 5. Complete the table. So I'm going to start with the top one. Get yourself into a habit. Always follow a certain routine. Start with the top one. 0 is x. So I have y equals negative, replace the x with 0, minus 5. Work the problem out. Negative 0. 0 is neither positive nor negative, so you can ignore the negative sign on the 0. So 0 minus 5. Y equals negative 5. Fill in the blank. Second one. Okay, so I still have my y is negative x minus 5. Second one down, 0 is in the y column. So now I'm replacing the y with 0, equals negative x minus 5. I need to solve for x. So I'm looking at the side where my x is. I go for anything that's being added or subtracted. So I have to get rid of that minus 5. Add 5. What I do on one side, I do on the other. So now I have 5 equals negative x. Hopefully you know how to take care of this negative sign here. If you don't, there's something you can remember. Anything can be multiplied by 1 and it doesn't change it. So I can take this negative x and I can multiply it by 1. So I multiplied a 1 in there. Now I can divide the negative 1 out. So 5 divided by negative 1, positive divide negative is negative. 5 divide 1 is 5, equals the negative 1 cancels the negative 1. And I have just x. So now I have negative 5 is x. Go back over to my table, fill it in. Make sure you carry that negative with it. And the last example on this page, negative 4 replaces x. So I still have my y is negative x minus 5. I'm trying to find y, that's where my blank is, equals negative 4. So I have a double negative. Carry down my minus 5. This double negative is where some of you might get mixed up. You have the minus sign, the negative sign from here, and the negative sign from there. So you have two negatives. Now you need to know a double negative is the same as a positive. So we have y is positive 4 minus 5. 4 minus 5, negative 1, is y. Take my answer up to there, and I finished my problem. As a bonus for you, I'm going to graph this. So I need graphing space. I need to count out my numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They should be roughly equally spaced. That one is too close It's not properly spaced out. That's a little better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I'm counting by ones. That's one there, that's one there. This is my x-axis, this is my y-axis. I need to find my various points here. So that first one, 0 for x, -5 for y, gives me 0, -5. 0, left and right, -5, that's -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Put my dot right there. Second point, -5 and 0. So the -5 is in the x column, so it goes in front of the in front of the comma. 0 goes after the comma. So my x is -5, so I count backwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And my y value is 0, so I count up and down 0 places. So my dot goes right there. And then the last point down here, the -4 is in the x space, so -4 goes in front of the comma, just like I've done with the others. -1 is in the y space, so that goes after the comma. So now in my x direction, I count back 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. In my y direction, I count down 1. And that puts it right about here. One more thing to do and my graph is finished. I need to connect my dots. So I am taking my line, starting it way out here, going through all of my dots, put an arrow at each end. I have my equation, I have my table, and I have my graph.